Hey, hi, hello. My name is Nora, and welcome to week one of my backbending series. So, today we are working on some of the initial backbends that you're first introduced to in the vinyasa yoga practice, namely cobra pose and upward facing dog. We'll be adding in some other backbends to prepare for those, but those are our main focus points for today. Let's get started in child's pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Knees can be as wide as your mat or they can be close together depending on how much support you need for the torso. And then sit the hips back to the heels. Walk the hands forward in space until the forehead touches down to the mat. Let's start by taking a big breath in through the nose. Fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Find fullness at the top of your inhale. And let the breath spill out your mouth. And then just get still and quiet. Notice how the thoughts are flowing through the mind and how the breath is flowing through the body. Notice how your head feels. Notice how your heart feels. And what kind of energy are you bringing onto your mat? The practice of yoga is more about listening than looking. The drishti, the place where you're looking in a pose, is the very last cue that a teacher will give. But tuning into the sound of the breath is the very first thing we do in a yoga practice. So today we're focusing on tuning in really deeply to the rhythms of the body. When a friend is telling you something and you say, I see, it means I understand. It makes sense to me. And as human beings, we rely so much on our visual sense to make order in the world, to create a narrative, to make sense of what we see. However, when we're talking to a friend, we're holding space for them, we say, I hear you, I'm listening. We aren't trying to impose a narrative. We're just creating the space for whatever arises in the moment. And that's the idea with our practice. So turning off this need to create a narrative, this need to make sense of things, and turning on our curiosity, turning on our presence, turning on our listening ears. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Fill belly, ribs, chest, find fullness, and let it go. Let's do one more like that. Slower, deeper inhale, filling from the bottom of the well of your lungs all the way to the top of the well. Seal the lips. Exhale just through the nose. Create that subtle rasping at the back of the throat as you inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the nose. Starting to turn on the ujjayi breath. That oceanic sound that will carry you through the practice. 2 more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, rise to tabletop. Spread all 10 fingers wide. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, pull the heart forward, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, round the upper back, pull the navel up and in, tailbone tucks under. Inhale, cow pose, heart surges forward, roll the shoulders back, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, push the floor away and spread the back of the heart open to the sky. A couple more rounds of cat-cow here in your own time. But I ask that you start to focus on the order in which you're moving the spine. So on this next breath in, as we move towards cow pose, try lifting your tailbone before anything else, and then let the low back drop, let the low belly drop, let the chest drop, pull back on the palms to send the heart forward, and then lift the chin, lift the gaze. As you press back to cat, drop the chin to the chest first, push the floor away to round the upper back, lift the navel up and in, and then the tailbone rolls under last. As much as you can you make this like a wave, an undulation through the entire spine? And this breath in, come to neutral spine, tabletop. On your exhale, lift the navel up and in. Keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists. Inhale, peel the heels of the palms up off of the floor, and then the full palm so that just the knuckles are touching down and the wrists are stacked over the knuckles. On your exhale, slowly peel it back down, palms, and then the heels land. Now, you might have done that first one and been like, that was a lot on my wrist. If that's the case, walk your hands back towards your knees, maybe halfway. Sit more of the weight back towards your heels. Keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists. And then again, inhale, peel the heels up, peel the palms up, and then exhale, lower. Good. If you need even less weight, you can sit even further back, walk the hands closer to the knees. But wherever you are, make sure your shoulders stay stacked over your wrists. A couple rounds of these. These are called wrist push-ups, and they're as good for your wrists as regular push-ups are for your upper back and arm muscles. Let's do 5 more. Lower slow on your exhale. Inhale, slowly lift. The slower you do these, the more you get out of them, the more you articulate through the wrists. Exhale, lower. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Let's flip the palms up, tops of the hands to the mat, fingertips point in towards each other. And again, if this is a lot on the wrists, walk the hands further back towards the knees. And shift side to side. You might let the wrists come up off of the floor as you lean side to side. That's okay. Good. Take it back out to tabletop. This time, let's tuck the toes and hover your knees 1 inch off the floor like you've slid a $100 bill underneath those knees. Navel stays firm. Push the floor away so the upper back stays lifted. Inhale, cow pose. Lift the tailbone, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the navel, round the mid back, round the upper back, push the floor away, chin to chest. Inhale, cow pose. Lift the tailbone, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, lift the chin, lift the gaze, knees still hovering. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the navel, round the middle back, round the upper back, chin to chest. 2 more rounds. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, back to cat. Last round. Exhale. Inhale, neutral spine. Walk the toes back, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let this first down dog be easy, so bend your knees, pedal the feet, sway the hips from side to side. If you would like to bend the elbows, dip the shoulders, or shake out the head, give yourself those things. And as best as you can, begin to settle into stillness. Bend your knees. Push through the palms to send the tailbone up and back. Send the chest up and back. And then tuck the chin to the chest so the back of the neck is long. Breathe through the nose. And ask yourself, how are the shoulders feeling? What kind of conversation are the hips and hamstrings having today? Inhale, lift your heels, lift your hips, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Keep the knees bent, grab opposite elbows, and take ragdoll pose, hanging forward fold. Shake the head out, yes, and no, and yes again. Feel free to add a little sway here, maybe shifting the weight from one foot to the other as you let the entire back body release towards the floor. Notice if there are any parts of the back body that are resisting gravity, any parts of the back that are still holding on to some tension. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, roll up to standing. Like this is the slowest thing you've done all week. No rush to get to the top. As you do reach the top, roll the shoulders back and down and connect the hands at heart center for Anjali Mudra. Remember that you are in charge of your healing here. So whatever it is you've been going through lately, offer yourself what you need to get through it. Today, I'm offering myself a little bit more self-compassion. Take a big breath in, fill up with what you need. Exhale, offer it to the room. Release the hands to the side bodies. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the arms up overhead, lengthen through the side bodies, armpits, wrists, and fingertips. Exhale, flat back, fold to the earth. You have your whole exhale to arrive at the bottom, so don't rush it. And at the bottom, bend the knees, release the back of the neck. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or on the floor. Stretch the heart forward, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Find a strong plank here. So lift the kneecaps up towards the sky, push the floor away. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your hips. And then tuck the chin to the chest. Lead with the back of the heart and round forward to plank pose. Navel lifting up and in, shoulders stack over the wrist, and then start to flatten out, heels drag to the back of the room. And then like we're undulating that wave back in space, bend the knees to hover just an inch above the floor. Push through the palms and the hips back to the heels, and then slowly lift the hips to downward facing dog as the arms have gone straight. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the hips, roll forward to plank pose. Back of the heart leads the way. Exhale, bend the knees, push through the palms and the hips back towards the heels, and then rise up to down dog. Inhale, heels lift, hips lift, roll forward. Exhale, bend the knees, push it back. Let's do 3 more rounds in your own time. Last one. Inhale, roll forward like a wave, crashing forward onto a beach. Exhale, slide back like that wave is receding into the ocean. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the hips, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands through heart center and down to the side bodies. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach up, lift your belly, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hard at Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees, send it back, down dog. 3 rounds of these wavy planks. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, reseed. Inhale, lift and roll forward. Exhale, send it back. Last time, inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, bend and recede. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, send your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Land the right foot up between the palms. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, slow rise to your high lunge. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. If you're feeling wobbly here, step the right foot over to the right side of the mat a little bit and then hug the inner thighs together so you feel some strength in the legs. Lift your navel up and in. And then let's take the hands down onto the ribs. So when we're working with back bending, we want this to come from the support of the back muscles rather than from the front body overextending. So we want to keep the core tight even as we're extending the front body. So take those hands onto the ribs, take a big breath in and feel the ribs widen and flare out. As you exhale, push your fingers into your ribs and encourage them to pull down and in towards each other. Let's do that again. Inhale, open the ribs. Let them flare, and then exhale, encourage them down and in. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Let the hips slide forward and down slightly. Lean the upper body back, but keep the ribs pulled in. Shoulder blades are hugging together. Big breath in. Pull the elbows back towards each other. Ribs down. One more breath. Exhale, plant the palms on the floor, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach to standing. Interlace the palms and push them away from you as you grow taller through the side bodies. Exhale, lean to the right, push your hips to the left, lot of weight in the left foot. Inhale, take it back up to center. Exhale, weight in the right foot, lean to the left, push the hips to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, baby back bend, squeeze the glutes, cactus the arms, lean back, ribs in. Inhale, reach back up, neutral spine, glutes stay squeezing, navel lifts. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step just the left foot back, drop the back knee. Inhale, low lunge, same side as last time. One more baby back bend, cactus and open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, plank pose. Drop the knees, lower all the way down to the earth, hands underneath the shoulders. Point the toes, push through the shoelace side of the feet so much that your kneecaps lift off of the floor. And then inhale, peel the chest up as you push your pubic bone down. Nice. Hug the elbows in, hug the shoulder blades together. If you want a little bit more here, you can hover the hands off of the earth so you really feel the shoulder blades merging on the back. Take a breath in, see if you can lift the chest a little bit higher. On your exhale, lift the navel and the ribs. Breathe. Exhale, release. Push it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot up between the palms. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Peel the chest up. Option to step the left foot over to the left side of the mat slightly. Hug the inner thighs together, almost like you're straddling a plank or a board, a piece of wood here, and you're hugging those inner thighs into that piece of wood. Hands come down to the ribs. Inhale, let the ribs flare open. Exhale, encourage the ribs down and in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lean back, hips slide forward. Stay here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, front ribs down and in. One more big breath. Exhale, hands to the floor, tuck the back toe and step forward into a halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise and reach. Interlace the palms at the top and push them away from you. Exhale, lean right, hip slide left. Inhale, back to center. Lean left, hip slide right. Inhale, center. Squeeze the glutes, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, back up, navel in, ribs down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, step just the right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, peel the chest up. Hug the inner thighs, hips slide forward as you cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank pose. This time, option to keep the knees lifted, or you can drop them down as you lower all the way to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra. Ground the feet, push the pubic bone down. Inhale, lift the chest. Option to hover the hands, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. One more, chest 2 inches higher. Exhale, release, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and let it go. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, drop the knees down to the floor, and inhale, rise up on the knees. Keep the knees about hip width apart, and then cactus the arms. Turn the palms towards the front of the room, and then start to draw the shoulder blades together by pulling the elbows together behind you. And we're just pulsing here, starting to oil up this shoulder joint. At the same time, pull your navel in, and then encourage your ribs down and in. Good. We're here for last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find stillness. Step the right foot forward. Tuck the back toes under, and then spin the back heel down as you open up to goddess pose facing the left side of the mat. Good. Hands behind the head. Take a big breath in. Let the ribs lift as you pull the elbows back. Exhale, ribs down, sit low. Elbows back. Ribs down, sit low. Inhale, step to chair pose at the top of the mat. Exhale, step the right foot out for goddess pose. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left foot steps out. Inhale, center. Exhale, right foot steps out. Inhale, center. Exhale, left foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, right foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, left foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, right foot. From here, we'll take it back to that low lunge. So spin the back knee in, back toes lift, or rather back heel lifts. Right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm high for a big twist. If you'd like to drop the back knee down here for more support, you're more than welcome to. And then find a lot of lift through the right hip. You can't lift that right hip up too high. At the same time, find some sit down through the left thigh, almost as if you're sitting into a chair. Good. And last piece here is to bring a little bit more twist into this. So breathe in, look forward. Exhale, rotate right ribs closer to the left inner thigh. Left arm can rise. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. This inhale, look down at the floor. Spin the back heel down to the floor, step the left foot back for side plank. Now you can stack the feet or you can place left foot in front of right if you like a little bit more support here. But whatever's on the floor, push down. Can you lift the right hip to the height of the right armpit? Option to hover the left foot on this inhale. Option to take wild thing on the exhale, kickstanding the toes behind you, and then inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, left palm down, plank pose, lift it up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, rise to standing on the knees. Cactus the arms. Ribs down, we pulse shoulder blades together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time we step the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then spin the back heel down. Goddess to the right side of the mat, hands behind the head. Inhale, pull the elbows back. Exhale, pull the ribs down. Inhale, elbows back. Broaden the collarbones. Exhale, ribs down, sit deeper. One more breath like that. Inhale, chair pose at the top of the mat. Exhale, step the left foot out, goddess to the left side. Inhale, top of the mat, chair. Right foot steps back, goddess. Inhale, chair. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, chair. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, chair. Exhale, goddess. From here, spin on the left heel, elevating it. Pivot to face the top of the mat. Left palm to the earth. Inhale, right arm high for a big twist. Option to drop the back knee. Find a lot of elevation through the left hip and then sit down through the right thigh. Inhale, look forward, reach the heart forward. Rotate left ribs towards right inner thigh. Breathe through the nose. On this exhale, look down at the floor, spin the back heel down, step right foot back. Maybe it stacks on top of left or maybe it staggers in front. Push down, lift the left hip high. Big breath in, big breath out. Option to hover the right leg. Maybe kickstand the toes behind you. Inhale, wild thing. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Reach to the top of the mat through the right arm. Exhale, right palm down, plank. Send the hips back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Float the right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot through between the palms. Inhale, slow rise, high lunge. Option to step the right foot out to the right side of the mat if you need it. Cactus the arms, and then cross right elbow underneath left. Now you might think we're going towards traditional eagle arms where we double wrap the forearms, and we're not going there. We're just crossing right elbow underneath left, and then connect the backs of your forearms to touch. Try to tear the elbows in opposite directions, and you'll feel the upper back light up a little bit more. That space between the shoulder blades turns on. Take a deep lunge in the front knee. Inhale, lift the elbows up and back. Exhale, pull your front ribs down. Keep the lunge in the front knee. Elbows tearing apart. Take one more breath. Lift up and back through the elbows. Exhale, power lunge. Hinge forward, sweep the hands back. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back body. Inhale, right elbow underneath left. Almost eagle arms. Lift the elbows, lean back, ribs down. Exhale, power lunge, sweep back, hug the shoulder blades. One more, almost eagle arms, lift up. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, one leg Tadasana. Step forward onto the right leg, left knee to the chest, arms rise. From here, we'll cross, right elbow underneath left. Bend your standing leg and sit to eagle, left leg over right. Option to kickstand the left toes, or you can let that left foot hover. You can also double wrap the legs. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, sit deeper in the thighs. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, option to round forward, tapping elbows to the knees. Breathe in. Keep trying to tear the elbows in opposite directions. Turn that upper back on. Final breath in. Get empty. Inhale, lift back up to eagle. Exhale, unravel, standing split. Palms to the floor, left leg goes high. Breathe in, point or flex through the lifted toes, doesn't matter which one. Exhale, bow your upper body. Can you let your head get heavier? Let your torso get longer towards the floor. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, plank pose. From here, drop the knees. And we're going to pay very close attention to the core here. So lift your navel up and in. And then think belt buckle to belly button. So you're squeezing the glutes a little bit. And you've got one long line of energy from the knees all the way up to the shoulders. So you're not hinging at the hips. You're not letting the hips sag. But there's a nice controlled lift and tuck to the hips. From here, inhale, look forward, take your heart forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back and lower halfway, just until the elbows are squeezing in towards your side bodies. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push the floor away, slide the hips forward, push the feet down, lift the kneecaps. And then bend your elbows a little bit. Pull back with your hands as if you're trying to pull your heart forward between the upper arms. Big breath in. Exhale, release the knees. Take it back to tabletop and then tuck the toes, send it back to down dog. We're going to do that same thing 2 more times. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back and lower until the upper arms are hugging into your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push the floor away. Pull the heart forward. Lift the kneecaps. Lift the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the bottom tips of the shoulder blades pressing up and in. Exhale, drop the knees. Push the floor away. Round the upper back and then send it back to down dog. We've got one more set. Inhale, roll forward to plank pose. Option to drop the knees or you can keep them lifted. Lower halfway, elbows stay tight to the body until you feel them kiss the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, float the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the left foot up between the palms. Inhale, slow, steady rise. Option to step the left foot over to the left a little bit. Bend through both knees and then cactus the arms. This time we'll take left elbow underneath right in this almost eagle arms. Backs of the arms pressing into each other. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, pull the ribs down, lunge deeper into the front knee. Inhale, back bend, lift the elbows. Exhale, power lunge, sweep the hands back, hinge forward over the front thigh. Inhale, almost eagle, left elbow under right. Try to tear the elbows apart as you lift them up. Exhale, power lunge. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, power lunge. Inhale, one leg Tadasana, right knee up into the chest. The arms carry you forward. Exhale, we take left elbow under right, right knee over left. Kickstand, the right toes, double wrap. Maybe that leg is just hanging in the air. It's up to you. Breathe in, lift the elbows to shoulder height. As you exhale, try to tear the elbows apart and then sit deep in the legs like you're sitting back into a chair. Breathe in. Option to fly your eagle, rounding down, elbows tapping the knee. Breathe into the upper back. One more breath here. Inhale, lift the elbows to shoulder height. Exhale, standing split, unravel, hands to the floor, right leg high. Inhale, lift the front of the right thigh. Exhale, melt the upper body towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Slide the left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, belt buckle the belly button. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back, lower halfway. Heart forward, heart forward. Inhale, push the floor away, take the heart forward even more. Bend the elbows back and then squeeze those shoulder blades together on the back body. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. 2 more rounds, whichever variation you prefer. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more round. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower halfway, knees or no knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift the heart. Feet stretch back as the arms pull the heart forward. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. In through the nose. Blow it out through the lips. Last one, in through the nose. And out through the nose. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Take one more big breath in your child's pose. And sigh it out. Inhale, rise up to tabletop. Exhale, walk the knees back and lower yourself down onto your belly. We have 2 more back bends today and then we are finished. Point your toes, take the hands back alongside your body, and then flip the palms down so the pinkies are turned in towards your side bodies. Big breath in. On your exhale, lift your navel, push your pubic bone down into the floor. Inhale, lift your feet, lift your chest, lift your hands for locust pose, Shalabhasana. On your exhale, hug the inner thighs and hug the inner ankles together. Inhale, lift the hands up above the height of your butt. Exhale, try to bring the pinkies to touch. They're not going to touch, and that's okay. We're just getting that squeeze of the shoulders. Inhale, lift the feet, lift the chest. Exhale, feel the belly deflate, but stay lifted. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the feet. Exhale, deflate. Last one, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, release to the floor, one cheek to the mat. And feel free to kick the feet up towards the sky and windshield wipe the feet from one side to the other. And gently keep the knees hugged in towards the glutes. Bring the chin back to the mat. Final back bend for today. Take the hands back and catch the ankles or maybe the outer edges of the feet. Now, if you can't catch the outer edges of the feet or the ankles, go grab a belt or a scarf or a towel, and you'll wrap it around the tops of the feet, and your hands will grab the edges of the towel, and that'll give you a little bit more reach here. Now, to get a hold of the feet, you may have taken the knees wide. Once you've got hold of the feet, hug the knees back together. Take a breath in. Lift your navel, push your pubic bone down. Inhale, kick the feet back to peel the chest up for bow pose, Dhanurasana. Same thing as in locust. On your exhales, hug the inner thighs together. On the inhales, kick the feet back, lift the chest a little bit higher. And this pose is just like upward facing dog. You might be like, girl, what? It is. I promise you it is. The legs and the arms are both moving back in space to send the heart even further forward. So on the inhale, you're firming the arms and legs in towards the center line, like squeezing those shoulder blades together. And on the exhale, you're pulling back to send the heart forward. And let's take one more breath in. And exhale, lightly release. Take your other cheek to the mat. It's over. And slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, tabletop. And slide the right knee up towards the right wrist. Walk your back knee out enough that you can pass the right toes over towards the left side of the mat. Flex the toes lightly and then walk the back foot out until maybe that right hip lands on the earth. Maybe it doesn't. That's okay if it doesn't. Take a moment here to push the shoelace side of the back foot down into the floor and lift the kneecap up. And then inhale, pull the hands back on the mat to reach the heart forward, lengthening the whole front body. Exhale, relax your back leg, walk the hands out. Maybe coming down to the forearms or forearms on blocks or on books. If you like something in between, you might even bring the forehead to the mat. Let's just take a couple of rounds of deep breaths here. Listening to the opening in the hips and the opening in the heart, and noticing what comes out of that opening. Last breath in, fill all the way up to the top of your lungs. Bigger sigh through the mouth. Inhale, take it back up to tall arms. Tuck the back toe, slide the back knee in, take the right toes back over to the right side of the mat, slide the right knee back, and then swivel your hips from side to side. Let's get the other side. Left knee slides up to the left wrist. Walk the back knee out until you can take the left toes over towards the right side of the mat. Flex the left toes and then walk the back knee down until that outer left hip lands. Maybe it doesn't land. You can always put a block or a blanket or a pillow underneath there if you like a little bit more support. Push the shoelace side of the back foot down. Lift the back knee up. Inhale, stretch the heart forward. Right hip is long. And exhale, melt into whatever variation suits you on this side. And wherever you've landed, don't forget to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And we carry so much tension in those parts of the body. As soon as we let those parts relax, everything else tends to follow. Deep breaths. Big breath in. Bigger exhale. Inhale, tall arms. Tuck the back toes. Slide the back knee in. Take the left toes over to the left side of the mat and back to tabletop. Little swivel to the hips. Cross the ankles behind you. Sit back over the heels. Bring the legs out in front of you. You might need to scoot forward on the mat. Lay yourself all the way down on your back. Stretch your left leg long. Hug the right knee into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Reach the right arm out to the right on the inhale. And exhale, draw the knee across the body to the left. Remember that it doesn't really matter how far this right knee crosses the body. What matters is that you keep the integrity of the twist. And you do that by keeping the right shoulder down. So if you notice the right shoulder is popped up off the earth, take the right knee back to center. Reground the shoulder and then only take the knee as far across the body as you can while keeping the right shoulder down. Option to look to the right if that's comfortable on the neck. If it's not, you can look up towards the sky. Don't worry so much about holding a shape here. Mostly let yourself be heavy on the mat. Next inhale, right knee comes back to center. Exhale, left knee in, right leg long. Inhale, left arm out to the left. Left shoulder stays down as you exhale the knee across the body. An option to look left if that feels good. Inhale, left knee back to center. Both knees in for full happy baby. Catch the outer edges of the feet, pull down towards the armpits. Keep pressing your low back down against the earth. If you can't get that low back down, take the hands into the backs of the knees and then try to squish a grape underneath that low back. If you like to rock from side to side, give yourself that here. And gently release, curl the knees into the chest. Lift the chest up to meet the thighs, lift the head to meet the knees. Take in a big breath of air, filling from the bottom of your lungs to the top. Hold full. Make tight toes, tight legs, tight arms, tight finger muscles, tight facial muscles, tight core muscles. Sip in just a little bit more air. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale to your Shavasana. Legs go long, arms go long at your sides. Nothing left to do but listen to the rhythm of the body. Take a big breath in through the nose, please. Let it go. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Drop one ear to the mat and then the other, massaging the back of the skull against the floor. And on a big breath in, reach the arms overhead, maybe interlacing the fingers and pushing the palms away from you as you point the toes. Full body stretch. And exhale, knees into the chest. Roll to your right side body. Gently push the palms down to come up to a comfortable seat. And as you land in your comfortable seat, take the hands into heart center for Anjali Mudra. Allow yourself a moment of gratitude for tuning into the sacred rhythms of the body. Remembering that everything that you need to get through what you're going through, it's already inside you. It's in the rhythm of your heartbeat, the pounding of your blood, and the life force that comes in and out with every breath. Take the thumbs up to the third eye between the brows. Big breath in through the nose. Share your exhale with the room. So we bow forward in reverence to each other. We acknowledge our wholeness, and together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your presence with me today. Remember that this is week 1 of our backbending series. We've got 3 more weeks building on the skills that we've talked about today, exploring bigger and deeper backbends over the course of this series. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share it with friends, send me a picture or a video of you doing the class with your friends. I would love to see it. I hope to see you soon. Until next time, namaste.